good, YouTube? It's your boy Dev back again for another list video, man. So we took a little detour with the Playboy Cardi WLR. I had to get at least part one out for the thousands of messages I was receiving of spam. You know, people were just blowing me up, and I had to kind of get that out first before I could continue anything. So it put a little halt into my list videos, but I decided that, you know, we're going to keep going with the list videos. We still have 4 list videos to go, and I think that for the top 20 or the top 50 tracks, this is what I'm going to do for it. I couldn't really put it in an order. It was really difficult for me to put it in any type of order. At least all 50 songs. I put 25 tracks in order, and I kind of just had the other 25 as kind of, you want to say, honorable mentions. I feel like at any point, any of these tracks could be top 10 for me at any point, because it's all about situations where I want to listen to them, different type of moods, different atmospheres, just how I'm feeling during the day. A lot of these tracks are potentially top 10 for me. Now, again, remember, this is my opinion. Do not get mad at my opinion on what I think the top 50 tracks of the year are, because I remember that one year you guys got mad at me because I said Calvin Harris' One Kiss was the top track, and a lot of you guys were expecting rap and fail to understand that rap is not the only genre in the world. All right, there's other genres that people listen to, and for the most part, you know, I mean, rap is cool and all, but sometimes I like to get in my indie, sometimes I like to get in my rock, sometimes I like to get into, you know, my R&B. So, you know, a lot of these tracks are kind of just a mix of everything that kind of played out this year. So we're just gonna name. I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna try to explain it towards the end on some of the tracks that really hit me. But I want to get through the list as fast as possible, because I don't want to do this as a. If you give me the time of the day, I will literally talk to you guys for 4 hours, and I feel like we all don't want that, including myself. I can't be here for 4 hours. I gotta get ready for New Year's Eve. So, we're gonna go through it right here. I got my list right here. Same composition book I've been using for the last 5 years. Kid Leroy, same thing. Bryson Tiller, Keep Doing What You Doing. 21 Savage, Glock in My Lap. Ariana Grande, POV. Also My Hair. Also, I'm not muted. Also, also Nasty, I'm sorry. We got Snot Mean featuring Flo Milli. That was a great track, by the way. I gotta say that was a great track. Joji Your Man. Drake Only You freestyle, or Only One freestyle. That was the one with Haiti 1. Uzi Yesersky. Yesersky was 21 Savage. That was a great track. I love that as well. Nav No Time. Sa Baby Barnacles. Drake Florida with Love, which also almost made my top 25, but I had to put other tracks above that. But Drake Florida with Love was one of the tracks that I thought was one of the amazing tracks I heard this year. Freddie Look At Me. Freddie Gibbs, that is. Gunna. Wanna Float. I know a lot of y'all were expecting Wanna Float to be on the top 25, but I mean the top 50. Well, it made the top 50. It just didn't make the top 25. I know a lot of y'all thought that Wanna Float was going to be top, but nah, Wanna Float was there. Logic, Open Mic, Aquarius. I thought that was probably one of the great tracks, probably the best track on that album. Jay Electronica, Fruits of the Spirit. 2 Chainz, Lambo Wrist. I thought that 2 Chainz album was very underwhelming this year, but you know, he never fails us to give us at least one banger. So I thought that Lambo Wrist was crazy. Ty Dolla, Slow It Down. Benny the Butcher, featuring Freddie Gibbs, One Way Flight. Reason, Fall. Let's go. Amine, Reality. Mick Jenkins, Front Street Freestyle with K Tronada. I thought that was a great underrated track that a lot of people probably missed. You know, it sampled the one of the beats from Bubba, which is on my wall actually somewhere, here. I think it's like right here. But yeah, it sampled freestyle one of the Bubba tracks that I think that it would no Mick Jenkins wasn't on that track, but it definitely did freestyle that. We got Code of the Friend Always featuring Kyle, and Future Too Comfortable from High Off Life album. So those are my top honorable mentions of my top 50. If we want to start from the 25, we're going to go 25, Polo G, Wishing for a Hero. We all know about that track, man. He sampled Tupac, you know, their very heartfelt track, kind of just acknowledging what Tupac was speaking on, and then for him to kind of just say that nothing has really changed, and we obviously still need to make a change in life because nothing is really changing for us. 24, MGK, Lonely, a great album from Machine Gun Kelly, man. I thought Lonely was the best. And she said goodbye, wasting time. I thought that was a great track. Great rock album, man. Very nostalgia feel from MGK. I love that track. Number 23 is PND Savage Theme. A lot of people really didn't like PND on that album, but I thought that Savage Theme had to be one of the best tracks I've heard all year, because just how he was directly going at We Know Who, we all know who he was going at, but I felt like for him to kind of, that track felt so painful, And I love the build up in that track. It was just an amazing atmosphere that, just listening to that track start to finish. You know, your love. Don't hold me. I thought that was pretty cool, man. I'm bad with words, but what's new? 22 Uzi, Lil Uzi Vert from Eternal Atake. I thought Lil Main was the best track on there. I thought that energy was there. That was probably one of the best beats on that album. Also, I felt like that rapping has switched between a mixing of melodic and rap Uzi. I thought that was kind of just the best track on there. Uzi doing his thing on there. Lil Main, 22, man. Hey, shout out to for him to make an honorable mention as well. Eternal Atake definitely grew on me this year. Shout out to Uzi for having a great year. Number 21. Number 21 is Bryson Tiller, Sorrows. Now, I did not like Anniversary that much. I didn't think Anniversary really lived up to his hype, but I thought that Sorrows was one of the tracks on there, including Keep Doing What You're Doing. But Sorrows, I felt like that was one of the tracks that gave us that nostalgia, gave us that trap soul feel. Kind of just reminded us what Bryson Tiller can still do in music. And while he may not have that pop that he had 5 years ago or four years ago, damn, has it been 5? It's been 5 years ago since he didn't have that pop. He hasn't had the same pop he had 5 years ago. I still think that POV. I still think that Sorrows is one of the best tracks he's had in the last couple years. So 21 Sorrows, Bryson Tillers. Number 20 is The Weeknd, Escape from LA. Now, The Weeknd had a lot of great tracks this year. It's really pick or choose. I feel like it's 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. No matter which one you pick, I feel like The Weeknd just had great tracks, and hence why he's in the argument of Album of the Year. We all know that he got snubbed from the Grammys, but Escape from LA is number 20. Number 19, Tekashi 6ix9ine, Gooba. A lot of you guys can hate me. S my D. Look, Tekashi 6ix9ine arguably had one of the hypest years in a long time in the music standpoint. A lot of people were expecting him to do crazy numbers, which he initially did with Gooba. I'm a man of statistics. I feel like you guys can say what you want, but that first track that came out, the first track Out of Jail, there was so much hype around it. There's a reason why that track is at 500 million in literally less than a year. So I feel like a lot of people really just kind of just hate Tekashi 6ix9ine for his situation. But as for Gooba, I think that Gooba was a energetic track. It was just definitely another track comparable to Como, or did I say Como? Gummo. I think Como is the remix that Dat wants me to listen to, which I will do on my Thank You for 2020, because he told me to listen to that. I don't know what that track is, but yeah. Number 21, or number 19, I mean. Number 18, Drake, Life is Good. Drake, I thought Life is Good was great. It would have been higher on my list, but I just didn't like Future's part. I think without Future, Drake would have had a top 5 track right there with Life is Good. I think that we all could kind of relate to what that track is. When everything is going great for you, you kind of just enjoying life. Life is great. Everything is going right for you. I thought that was a great track from Drake. Just didn't really like the Future part. Number 17 is Meg Thee Stallion, Savage. As much as, Hot Girl Summer and The WAP and all these other tracks that you kind of get tired of, I think that Savage was the one track that kind of stuck throughout the year. You couldn't just, without going through 2020, at some point you sung Savage or heard Savage on a TikTok, on the radio, on a list, on a stream, no matter what, Savage was being played. And I feel like it was the hot girl anthem of 2020. So I had to include it on here for the females. Number 16, Gunna, Met Gala. I think Met Gala arguably is just the best song on Gunna having one of the best years of his career. Again, Top and Dripper Drown 2, which I thought he was not going to be able to do. He definitely did the damn thing this year. I said that 2020 was going to be a great year for Gunna, and exactly was that. Unfortunately, it wasn't a great year for, the world and society, but Gunna had a great year. 16, Met Gala, well deserved. Number 15 is, I'm sorry, man, Chris Brown, Go Crazy. We all love that track, man. When I listened to Slime B, I thought that was already, I told you guys, when it reminded me of the 50 Cent Sierra track, Just Can't Leave You Alone, mixed with some T.I. that, the ball so hard, but you know what I'm talking about. I thought that was a crazy mix. Whoever did the production on there, Go Crazy. Just another bop from Chris Brown as he continues his legendary legacy. Going on, year 15, I believe. He's been doing this for 15 years. Still making hits for us. I think it's amazing, man. Number 14, Juice WRLD, Righteous, R.I.P. to Juice WRLD. Nothing much to really be said about that. Really heartfelt, emotional track from that. Juice WRLD, the last remnants of we got from, his unfortunately short career, and I think that Juice WRLD Just Righteous was just an amazing track from him. Number 13. Sorry. Number 13, where is it? The Baby Rockstar. Roddy Ricch, The Baby. As much as you guys hate The Baby sound because it's so repetitive, including myself, sometimes I can feel like it get a little repetitive. I just felt like The Baby just kind of, did his thing on there, kind of going in a different direction. Just kind of just having that catchy vibe and then the trap sound, the guitar, like a rock star. Even though I think Mario Judah did it better on the remix, I think that The Baby Rockstar was one of the best hits we had in 2020. Number 12 is Joji Sanctuary. I think that the 3 tracks that he released, I don't know if they came out in 2019, but it doesn't matter because 2020 was the album when the album came out. I think that Joji Sanctuary was one of the best, Joji for me, when he gets that vibe that, you my sanctuary. I just think that Joji hits, man. And I mean, what can you not like about some R&B, or not some heartfelt indie kind of R&B emo music? I don't even know what you call that, man. I definitely love that shit. Number 11, West Side Gun, Claiborne Kick. Raw is, I don't know what he said after that, but you guys know the words. I think that Claiborne Kick was my favorite track on Pray for Paris. I think that was just an amazing album in terms of rap. You guys will see it on my top albums, all right? So there it is. That's why I had it included. I did not forget about West Side Gun. I did not forget about the Griselda dudes, and they definitely did their thing on that one. Or West Side Gun did his thing on that one. I think it was just, so, I love the aesthetic of the track, man. Get you in this kind of mode where you kind of just sit there and you just listen to, West Side go in on that shit. I thought that was just pretty fire, man. Number 10. Now we in our top 10. Number 10, 070 Shake, 070 Shake, how you want to say it. Guilty Conscious. It was my number 1 slow track of the year, but even without it being slowed, it was still one of the best tracks, even though it came out earlier in the year. A lot of people forgot about it. I think 070 Shake was one of the top highlights of the year. She reminds me of a female Kid Cudi. I think that's the best description I can have for her. Number 9 we have is Joji, Give Me Love. Again, I thought that Give Me Love was the best track that he had this year. Give me love. Y'all know I'm a sucker for those kind of like techno R&B type tracks. I don't know really what it is. I don't like the trance electronic shit. I don't know what it is, but I just really fuck with those kind of tracks. So I definitely had to put that in my top 10. Number 9, Joji, Give Me Love. Number 8 is Tory Lanez, Pain. I think that this track right here, as much as we all feel some type of way about the Tory Lanez situations, we're very divided on that. I still have my stance on how I said it before in the Daystar video, but there is nothing that you can take away from me on that track that makes me feel motivated, and was kind of a lot of my motivation going forward from when I heard that track. I played it literally every other morning. It reminds me of a dreams and nightmare type feel, and I think that if you've ever been someone who has gone through the pain, who's gone through the struggle, who has had nothing and literally had to grind every single day, and you put in the blood, sweat, tears, I think a lot of people don't really understand. As much as you think it might be easy from the outside in for a lot of people, when you look at YouTubers or you look at, actors or movie stars, you don't see the work that they put in, the endless hours. Why it may look fun, the endless hours that you have to put into your craft, the endless hours that you put into editing, the mental struggle that you have to go through for millions or thousands, hundreds of thousands of people literally nagging you or calling you ugly or trying to bring you down when you don't have that positive fan base or even have a positive base in general. People don't understand the battles that you go through, no matter if you have to work construction, no matter if you have to work, a full-time 80-hour job, no matter what, you are going to put hours in. You're going to put dedication in. There will be sacrifice no matter what you do. So that track right there kind of embodies all that, the pain, Pain, that goes into the life, the work, the ethic. It goes into all of that. And I feel like that track right there just hits me home, and I hit it from a personal level, and that's why I had to put it in my top 10. Track 7, Drake, Laugh Now, Cry Later. We all know how Drake is, man. Drake, Laugh Now, Cry Later. I think that it didn't make my top slow. It made my top 20 slow, but in terms of just being a great track, I think that Drake just continuously shows why he's dominant in this decade. He just keeps continuously doing things that no artist has ever done in music. I feel like the way the trumpets hit, the instrumentation goes throughout that track, I think it's just a great track, and it's also one of those inspirational tracks. You know, Drake always leads off with that single where it's kind of a radio-friendly hit, but also delivering a message. I think that Laugh Now, Cry Later is just one of those tracks where it's like a God's plan, but even 10 times better. I think that while he does get his, message across, it still has great production. And it plays like something we've never heard of. You know, I love the trumpet instrumentation. It sounds like you're graduating, you know, you're celebrating something, but at the same time, it's a track of despair, of sadness. You know, I think that people don't really understand that Laugh Now, Cry Later. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're laughing now, but you at some point you will cry, whether it be tears of joy or tears of sadness, because it was also talking about in the track where do dudes be at when they say they be doing this and all that? Like, when people say I'm just doing this and all that, like what do they mean by that? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it just a veil? So I think that's kind of crazy when you really think about that. Number 6, Lil Baby, The Bigger Picture. I gotta say, Lil Baby had a great year. As much as I didn't like his album, I think that track right there, I don't like how he handled the politics after the fact, because again, I said, is he just using the track to bring up his name? And come to find out 4 months later, he says, I don't want to be known as that guy speaking from a Malcolm X standpoint. I'm just trying to make music. So then why even make the track in the first place? I felt like that kind of ruined it for me, but it still made my number 6 of the year. I thought that was a great track, a great message, especially at the time. You know, I say perfect time, perfect place, perfect time. And number 5, Thundercat, Funny Thing. Thundercat was one of the albums I love this year. I'm always going to be a fan of Thundercat, as you guys can see right here. Thundercat is, has become very enjoyable when we listen to. I love the bass that he always has in there. I love his funky production. He has a lot of funk and soul always in his production, always in his sound. And I think that we don't have that in a lot of music nowadays. So when he kind of has that funk going on for you, very soulful type shit, we're going to love that shit. Because he remember that other track he had too, the other one that I want to put on here, that boom, 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 boom. I can't do. You know what I'm talking about though. But I thought Funny Thing was like the superior track out of all the albums on there. It Is What It Is was also another track that you could also say was very great on there. But I feel like Funny Thing, even though TikTok made it popular, I think Funny Thing was I wanna party with you. Doom 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 doom. All night. Like that's my shit. That shit made me want to disco and shit. You know, I don't even know how to motherfucking disco, but that track right there, man. Top 5 Thundercat, Funny Thing. I thought Thundercat had a great album and a great track, man. Number 4 on here, I gotta include Giveon, Like I Want You. I think that Giveon, man, for him to hop on that Drake track with Chicago Freestyle and to make Like I Want You, man, his voice is so unique that we haven't heard anything like that in a while. Yes, I said they sound similar to Sampha, but as you listen to him more, you can definitely hear the difference between Giveon and Sampha. And I think that Giveon's voice is just very unique. No one has a voice like that. And I think that that voice is going to carry him, along with his talent, is going to carry him into 2021. And I feel like, you got to give him credit. Number 3 is Down to Earth, Analog 001. I gotta let it play for a little bit. I don't know what it is about this song. I know a lot of y'all that probably know me personally, man, is probably going to say that you only put that because Down to Earth only followed you or whatever that you guys saw, but this list has been written down. I can show you guys the list. It's literally right here, all right? I have the list written down. It's been written down for literally probably a month, actually. It's been written down, so I gotta say, man, look, that track right there was just a track that I felt like it gives you that vibe, and it feels like you're just going in outer space. I don't know how to describe it. That's one of those tracks where you just kind of just let the beats hit you, more like an electronic type vibe. It just really hits your soul, and unless you like that type of music, you may not like it. But I feel like right there, that's the kind of track that you play. And I've been to DC, and I remember I went to this speakeasy bar, and it was a little speakeasy, like it was a little in the cut. You had to go find it, you had to say a password and whatnot. And I remember just listening to house music and then kind of just feeling it. Everybody's kind of just enjoying and bopping, eyes closed. And I thought that was probably one of the best clubs I've been to, where everybody was kind of just vibing and doing their own thing. So I thought that Analog 001 from Down to Earth was the number 3 track of the year. Number 2, now we're in our top 2. I say number 2, where is it? Number 2 is Childish Gambino Vibrate from the March 26, 2020 album, featuring 21 Savage. If you guys have not heard that track, then I advise you to go listen to it. Again, funky production. I love the bass on there. I love the boom you know, very spacey, very watery as well. Just a well put together track. A little long on the runtime, but deservedly so. I like the way 21 Savage just comes into that shit so hard. You know, drop it off, 21. You know, I thought that was pretty cool. I did not expect 21 Savage to jump on there. And then I also, if you have not watched that reaction, go ahead and watch that reaction as well. And I also love how, you smell like a peach papaya. You know, like, you smell like a peach on fire. You know, like, I thought that was crazy. You in the moonlight. You know, like, I just think that Childish Gambino was very underrated in his album. A lot of people slept on it because they were expecting some goddamn, you know, Shadows. They were expecting some 3005 type shit. Because the internet, that was a great album, yes, but I felt like this album really grew on a lot of people when you let it grow on you. So I thought that was pretty amazing, man. Shout out to that album right there. And then the final album I want to say, that I say number one of the year is, and I'm going to give my respect where respect is due, Heartless. I think Heartless was the best track this year. I think Heartless, even though I didn't put it on my number 5 or top 5 slow, I will say that as a track itself, man, it was the best track this year. And we all know that the Weeknd got snubbed, and we all know Heartless was doing his thing when it first came. Like, I thought that was just the best track of the year. It's really hard to kind of beat that track. And if you enjoy R&B, man, and you enjoy, or you're a fan of The Weeknd, or just a fan of music in general, you would know that album just did amazing from start to finish. For it to be as consistent as it was, for him to kind of succeed that Starboy type role, and now go into this new shit and give a new persona, I feel like The Weeknd had probably the best year out of any artist in the world. And that's on facts. You know, I will do my top list of the year of artists, because I do want to do that as well. It's gonna run into January. It's gonna run to the first week of January, but that's fine because you know, it's Dev. I'm always late. What's new? So that being said, man, this is my top 50 video, top 50 songs of the year. I went through this kind of fast. I kept it under 30 minutes, surprisingly. So if you guys like what you like, give me your top 5 tracks of the year. And all we got left now is the worst lyrics of the year, and the top 15 albums of the year, and the top artists of the year, which will be easy to do, but it will run into the first week of January. So that being said, man, till the next time, see you guys in 2021 for the next top 50 albums of the year, or top 50 songs of the year. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for subscribing. And again, remember, a like is free. As Rick Ross said, a like is free. It's free. All you gotta do is click the button, and it supports your favorite creators and your favorite artists in very, very, very many ways. So that being said, man, till next time, this is Meami. You're out. Peace.